Manchester United versus Burnley tonight is massive. But let's be honest, it's not massive just because United are playing Burnley and United need a massive 3 points. It's massive due to the looming decision between are we getting Gunnar Solskjær or Michael Carrick. So today what we'll do is we'll go through team news, Darren Fletcher's Man United team news, which is exciting because nobody really has a clue what he's going to do. And then we'll look at a few of the rumours and get this out for 5 o'clock. I'm going to go to the ground and do some fan interviews. So like and subscribe to see those later, because when I used to do this back in the day, I used to love a bit of fan cam stuff. So we're off to Turf Moor. And let's start with the update on the manager situation and head into the news. So as we can see, it's pretty obvious. It's being reported everywhere now that it's between Ollie and Michael Carrick. I don't know why the easiest option is not just to put it together. I know they've both been. I know Michael's been on and been a manager at Middlesbrough and did okay for a couple of years, but why don't we just stick them back together? Let's see if the two of them can get us in Champions League. This might be a bit controversial. Put your comment below. But to me, I'm not saying he's the right guy, but when Carrick and Solskjær were together, that's the most exciting football I've seen since Sir Alex left. I'm not saying they're the best manager. I'm saying it's the most exciting football since Sir Alex left. Apparently, Fletcher will speak to Wilcox after the match today, and Solskjær has already been in contact with the board, whether that be Barada, Wilcox, Vavel, I don't know. And then Michael Carrick again will talk to him. I actually think this, by the sounds of it, I think we'll get an announcement this weekend. I just want to thank quickly Ricky Spanish, who left a comment on my YouTube. Thank you for all of you who left the comment. Ricky, if you're listening, is this microphone any better? Because I went out and bought one, but I have no idea if it's any good. So let me know if this is better than the one you had yesterday. But thanks for all the comments, and obviously thanks for the subscriptions. They've been brilliant. But let's have a look at some team news for tonight. So I think this is what we're going to do. Because of the injuries, and obviously Mazraoui, the AFCON, and they're going quite deep. People think that Darren Fletcher plays a 4-3-3. He doesn't play a 4-3-3 in the under-18s. He plays a 4-2-3-1. Yeah, sorry, I was just making sure that. He plays a 4-2-3-1 because he believes that that's the best way to teach football, but he manages under-18s. So my gut is we'll go with the exact same back four. He'll play Ugarte and Casemiro as a double pivot. I know there was these rumours, which is just malicious paper gossip, saying, oh, well, Kobe's come back into training now because Amra's gone. Kobe's been in training since last week, so that's not true. And Darren Fletcher, in part 2 of his conference last night, said he was being tested this morning for maybe the squad, but he's not got in this travelling squad, so I can't see it. Fernandes and Mount are on limited minutes, so I think we see Ugarte and Casemiro in the double pivot. I think we see Cunha off the left, Dorgo off the right. Dorgo off the right because we literally have no one else to play there, unless he decides to play Lacey, who anyone who's a big United fan knows this kid's really exciting. Shea Lacey, really exciting player. And then I think he plays Fernandes and then maybe swaps Fernandes with Mount because they're both on limited minutes. So maybe Fernandes plays 45 and Mount plays a second 45. It's his guesswork. And I also think he sticks with Benjamin Sesko. I think it's the perfect game for Sesko to come in and try and get a goal. I know it's the easy option to put Xerxes up top. Burnley are quite physical. They want to push. And Xerxes, as you can see, Xerxes at his best in the pocket. Like, he's best, like, in essence, in the Fernandes position. That's why the Xerxes signing was so, quirky in a way, because Xerxes and Højlund, it kind of didn't make much sense. And I do think Xerxes will leave now because I think one of the disagreements between Amorim and the board was the fact that he wouldn't let anyone leave. And Xerxes wants to play in the World Cup this year, and Amram wasn't giving him any game time until injuries, and yet he came on and changed the game the other day. I said this before. He set up the goal, and then if Sesko scores that, we win the game. And I'll still think Amram was going to be fired, because anyone who's watched the previous videos, I'll link them at the end. Anyone who's watched the previous videos knows they decided to get rid of him before the Leeds game. The morning of, that's what they decided. So this is the team I think we will. I think we'll win. I think we'll get a manager. I think we'll get an instant bounce back. I think there's going to be positivity everywhere. I think the one thing, and I know people that don't like it, I'm not going to lie, I loved Ollie Ball. I loved it. And if you look at what's happened since, the one thing Ollie missed was that Europa League. And if one manager deserved to win something, it was Ollie. Because what he did in that first 6 months, and then the year after, with back-to-back Champions League, Europa League final, think of the PSG game, all he basically did, it wasn't anything tactically brilliant. It was he got young players playing football, and he got them excited. Now, this is a totally different batch of players. And even like we used to take the mick out of McFred, how much would we give? Comments below, who would take McFred right now? In the double. I know McTominay's playing amazing in the 10. Sorry about that. That's an angry German shepherd telling the postman not to come near the house. But anyway, this is what I think I'll do. Guys, this is going out at 5, which is literally 3 hours before the match. So comment below, score. What's the score? Are we going Ollie or are we going Carrick? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you angry? Give us a like, give us a subscribe. Let's get a win.